Hi, welcome back to Box Delights, and the game I want to show you today is called Bullfrogs from Thunderworks. The thing that I particularly wanted to show you was this new addition that you can get. It's called the Solitaire variant. It's a couple of dice and a little instruction book, and I want to show you how to play Bullfrogs with this Solitaire variant, and it may encourage you to go and pick this one up. So these are your additional components. The rules are a little bit extended, and you've got a little log on the back to record your scores. And the dice that are included are really nice, really well produced, great quality. Let's get set up and show you how this plays. You're going to want to pick one of the 4 available colours to represent you, and then one to represent Isaac, your opponent. Let's go for yellow and red. So these are my 14 frogs, lovely wooden meeples, and we've got 2 wooden bullfrogs. We'll take the 10 lily pad cards of your colour and give them a shuffle, and place them face down as a draw deck. Place your starting cards just as you would in a standard game. So we have the log in the middle, and the 4 starting lily pad cards around the outside. Isaac's going to be red, so we need his 14 frogs. There's 2 bullfrogs. Then we'll grab our dice. This is the action die. This is the movement die. We'll come to those in a minute. But let's start with Isaac's bullfrog here on the log. His second bullfrog we don't need. This is just going to be a marker for where Isaac's position is. The game plays much in the same way as a standard game, so it's the same kind of play style and feel of game, but there's a slight difference. You're not going to have a hand of cards to choose from. I'll show you that when we get to the player's turn. And then Isaac here is going to be controlled by these dice. In this case he's not going to move. The movement die is blank. But for the rest, when you rotate the die to have the line at the bottom, that shows you the direction he can move. So that would be to the right, this would be down, that would be to the left, okay, that would be up. And this one here means you get to choose which direction he moves in. The next die is the number of actions he gets, 1, 2 or 3. And his actions always refer to the location of his bullfrog here, and Isaac will either bump or deploy. Once, twice or 3 times, okay? Now as it goes, I don't have any frogs here. If I did, then Isaac would bump. As it stands, he's going to deploy instead, so it's either bump or deploy. And unlike the standard game where players take actions, he can deploy to the log, alright? So that's a limitation in the main game, not to Isaac in the Solitaire. That's his action used. Now play moves to the player, to me, okay? There would normally be some battling over these lily pads in between, but with him just having 1 frog deployed, then nothing's going to happen. Okay, player's turn. First thing I do is draw a card. The game's going to end when I get through all 10 of these, and my aim is to score the most victory points by having ownership of most of the lily pads, right? So this is a game about winning territory. And in the Solitaire game, the number of victory points you score will have a deduction based on how many victory points Isaac scores, and your aim is to try and get as high a score as possible. So it's that kind of Solitaire. Let's draw and place a new lily pad card. It needs to be adjacent, orthogonally adjacent to those already on the board. And that was a good card for me because I get 4 actions. See these icons in the top left here? So I get 4 actions. But instead of bump and deploy, I have sabotage and deploy. So what about deploy? Well, you can't deploy on the card you just placed, but you can deploy to any lily pad in the same horizontal row or vertical column as the card we've just deployed, right? So I can play here or here. So in this kind of setup, it really doesn't make much difference. Let's put a bullfrog down in one of these spaces. Then I think I'll just play one of my regular frogs here as well. I've got 2 more actions left. I can't deploy more than 2 to the same card, so I'm going to put my other Bullfrog and regular frog down here. That's it for my turn. Back to Isaac. So he rolls the dice. Okay, he's still only got 1 action, and this time he's moving up. So his Bullfrog moves up here. Remember, he doesn't occupy any of the spaces on the lily pad. He can't bump, there's none of me here, so he deploys with his single action. My turn. And we're going to try and fill up some of these lily pads, because that's the only way we're going to score some points and execute the scoring phase. Now that he has some frogs away from the log, then we can, how many times I'm going to say frog on the log, then we can deploy something next to it and potentially sabotage him. So let's see how we might work. That wasn't a good movement for us. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Same horizontal and vertical. Alright. Let's play... Yeah, I don't know. Let's play here. This time we've got 3 actions, so I'm going to put 2 frogs here. I could sabotage this one. You can sabotage any frog on the same vertical or horizontal as the card we just played, the lily pad we just played. So you can get the feel, this is kind of like an abstract game, right? So I can sabotage this guy. And sabotaging means jumping an opponent's frog to an adjacent card. Alright, let's roll the dice for him. See what he gets. No movement and 2 actions this time. So he's going to deploy 1 frog. Now he doesn't bump with the second one, okay, he only ever bumps with the first one. So any remaining dice must be used to deploy. So we've got 2 frogs here. Now this is looking more helpful as it goes, because now it's my turn, and let's draw a card. Alright, I've got 2 actions. Oh, that's a shame. Kind of wanted. No, that's okay. That's enough. I could go here. I'm going to try and do something with this. Let's just put it here for now. That'll do. And with my 2 actions, I'm going to fill this lily pad. Now, as per the standard game, if after completing our actions a lily pad is full, then we score the lily pad. We have a battle here. We have 4 frogs versus 2 frogs. If there was a bullfrog here, he has a strength of 2. Player with the highest score, so that's us. Is the winner of the battle. Now this lily pad is going to sink, and we have to jump all the frogs from the sinking lily pad, but we have to do it in a certain order. So all frogs from the losing players, they go first. So Isaac's frogs, we can jump them off first. Now we can only jump 1 frog to each adjacent card. So in this case we can only jump 3 frogs. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And we have to jump Isaac's frogs first. So we'll put 1 here, we'll put 1 over here, and we've got 1 more, and this is ours. It's going to jump back here. All remaining frogs go back to their supply. As for Isaac himself, you can move into any adjacent lily pad you wish. Let's put him over here. And this card, the one that was being fought over, this card is sinking. Alright, so this disappears. We take this as a trophy. If removing the sinking lily pad would have resulted in any being disjointed from the rest, then they would kind of slide into adjacency once more. Alright, that's it. We've scored the lily pad. We've got our first set of victory points. It's Isaac's turn once more. Okay. He can't move up. There's no lily pad card in adjacency up, and he's got 1 action. We're having some good rolls here. So he's going to place a second one down. I draw. I've got 3 actions. Let's go here. 1, 2, and we got. Well, we'll do a sabotage with our 3rd action down here. Let's roll. and down. One action. We're doing well with these. He's going to bump. Okay, next we have only 2 actions. Alright. So let's go here. Deploy 2 here. Roll. Up. 1 action again for him. Up. Deploy. Our turn. 2 actions once more. Well, this is going to be easy, isn't it? I think. Let's do this. Then we'll deploy 1 and then sabotage 1. We'll score this lily pad. We win this lily pad. Let's jump him back here. We'll jump him back here. Let me get 1 here and 1 on the log. Let's go back to the supply and we'll take this card. And this is going to slide. Where do we want to slide it to? Incidentally, we're going to get victory points at the end for having frogs on the log. So, yeah, I'm not happy with those 3 just there at the minute. The thing about sliding is you can kind of slide them however you wish. So I've got 2 cards here. I could slide this one around here. I could slide this one, you know, but you slide them one at a time. I think I'm going to slide this one around here. Whoops. Like so. And I want to get that one away from the log as well. So I'm going to slide this one around here. Cool. I think. Right, let's roll the dice. Ah, he's got 2 actions this time. Okay. So there's nothing to bump. He can't move down. So it's 2 here. Alright, my go. We've got 4 cards left. Come back and join me when I'm complete. That's it then, we've finished our game. It's a nice, sweet little game. Let's check our score and see how we've done. We've won quite a lot of lily pads. Got a total score of 3, 13, 23, 35. Isaac scored 5 points, so we're back down to 30. We each score a point for each frog on the log. Isaac's going to cancel out 3 of mine, so that's 31 to me. And then the player with the highest strength on the log card earns a bonus 3 points. So that takes my total to 34. Bullfrogs here would have given me 2 victory points instead. The 34. If we look at the Solitaire rulebook, we have a little final scoring chart to see how well we did. It challenges us to aspire to be a Grand Master Frog. We're a Knight Frog. We were just 1 point away from being a Duke. That's Bullfrogs from Thunderworks Games. And I think the Solitaire variant, as well as those cute little dice, adds a nice way to play the game.